Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here today is a multi-purpose show, and we're going to discuss three things. We're going to discuss a private from Sydney, Australia, is being arranged for the end of July or the first week of August. It's a 12-passenger jet aircraft. And Warren Hunt, whose link I'm going to put in the description box, is the person you can contact through his YouTube channel, and he will make arrangements to speak with you if you wish to go from Sydney, Australia to the Philippines. The first stop is going to be in Manila. There's going to be the final destination as of today will be Bohol. However, if you have a different destination, Warren will make arrangements to make that happen for you. So let me get the Warren Hunt information into the description box, because I am not actually doing the leasing or the renting of the aircraft. So I'm going to put down contact Warren Hunt and his channel link. You will go there. Unable to, let's see what we have here. Boy, that YouTube is really screwing up today. I might have to start this again. I have not been able to do half the stuff I normally do on my YouTube page. I can't even get into my Gmail. YouTube, Google is revamping their platform again. So if someone just wants to throw any number or letter on the screen so I can see that comments are available, I would appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm going to start this again. I'll give you about 30 seconds to just put something on the screen. All right. Well, I'll continue with the notes, and if it doesn't, if I don't see chat is available, well, let me check that again. It shows me chat's available. Anyway, YouTube is, and Google is, in fact, changing everything on that platform. The emails are not working. The comments section's not working now. Even on my own videos, I can't leave comments. I just get the circle, the wagon wheel circle there. Okay, so it says that no one can make a comment. Please try again later. Okay, so no one's going to help me out here with this. Or you can't help me out here with this. Okay, thank you, Warren. Okay, so moving past that, I have a lot of information about this flight. Okay, so the departure date will be the end of July, first week of August. That depends on a medical procedure that Warren is having done next week, which won't stop him from flying, but it will change the date by a few days. So if you are in Sydney, Australia, or in Australia and you wish to fly to the Philippines, that's going to be possible. The pricing is actually quite reasonable compared to what it would cost you. It's comparable to a first class seat on a major airline. The flight is going to be worked out between a couple of people. Hopefully, it'll come down to about just a little bit more than the price of a first class seat. Warren and I will talk about that later. When he gets the actual amount of people, then he can give you the actual price. But that's approximately what it will be. Now, this flight is for people that have business to attend to in the Philippines. So if you have business in the Philippines or business investments in the Philippines, you should have no trouble going through customs and or getting all your paperwork in order. But you should have your paperwork in order before you leave. Now, in the case of Warren, I will send Warren the paperwork for the investment into the hotel project, and that will accommodate his investment business aspect of his flight. So I will get that done probably by the end of next week, which Warren is watching, and we will move past that aspect of it. So you pretty much should have paperwork to be a business class traveler, but that might not be an absolute must. Warren's going to check on that today or tomorrow or ASAP, because getting answers from the customs brokers or immigration or airports, airlines, everything is all up in the air with these new laws. Now, there's, of course, if you're delivering important medical items or food items, that's business, including certain types of medication or imported Genoa salamis and provolone from Italy. That was a joke. So, but if he could bring some imported Genoa salami and some provolone from Italy, I would appreciate that. But that's not an important food item. It is for me, but it's not for anybody else. So at that point, that would be the way to go with contacting Warren. I would also like to, I don't really want to get involved with this Rike thing, but I would say that the people that have made videos regarding Rike, I don't know and I don't care what you put in yours, but I would add that if a person insinuates that another person has committed a felony and they have no proof of that, and it seems that's what happened when I was watching some of the videos about Rike. Charges could be filed against you, and it's pretty serious. I mean, they take that serious. So if you said, well, I'm not sure if Rike did this or not did this, I'm pretty sure that's looked at as you're insinuating that he did something with no, and even if you'll have to have, if he decides to go to the authorities, I think that's well within his bounds. I did ask about that this week because of another issue that other people have done the same thing, and that is a crime to even insinuate that a person committed a felony without any substantial backing. So in the case of the videos with Rike, there's no doubt that occurred. So you guys, I don't know much about Rike. I don't watch his videos, but I did watch a couple of videos where his name was mentioned. From my perspective and what I inquired about, what you guys are saying about Rike is not allowed. And if Rike decided to contact the NBI in his locality, they would, from what I see and from what I discussed with an NBI agent, they would file a charge. That's the information I have. So if you did that and he has a copy of that, charges can be filed for insinuating that someone committed a felony. And good luck with that. So there are also other reasons that the charges can be filed in those videos. I saw a video where people said they knew where Rike lived. I actually happen to know where Rike lives, but I would never divulge that information. But I'm not that type of person. But you people out there that are divulging people's personal information, again, charges can be filed for posting people's personal information on the internet without their permission. And in addition, there are other things regarding the law that can be filed from what I've seen in videos about Rike. But I'm not a lawyer, so I won't discuss all of it. But I will tell you that disclosing people's personal addresses and things of that nature, that's criminal. I gotta tell you, it's criminal. You don't think so? Now, in the case of Rike, to start a case from his perspective against that, it depends on the kind of man that he is. I just don't know Rike. I just haven't watched a Rike video in 2 years, but I do know that he has the ability, because of what you guys said about him on his video, that there's no doubt in my mind, because I discussed this with the authorities, that what you did, the insinuation that he committed a crime without absolute 100% guaranteed proof, not even necessary, just that you insinuated he did it. I think the NBI in Cebu, if Rike decided to follow up on that, I think they would take his case. I think that he could fill out the application to form a case. And as far as disclosing where he lives, not allowed to do that either. So those would be two charges that you could be brought up on, for insinuating that someone committed a felony, whether or not it's true, and putting it out in public, and or disclosing a person's location. Those are two very serious crimes in the Philippines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. So I'm going to end the Rike discussion. So Rike, if you're out there, I don't know that it would be, it's a very time-consuming process to do that, but he may decide to do that, and you won't have a leg to stand on. Okay, so now, the second charge about disclosing a person's location, just to reiterate, that's called stalking. There is also another charge called unjust vexation that could be applied to certain types of communications with people that you're not supposed to be talking to. That's called unjust vexation. Unjust vexation. That's a crime as well. And it's not so serious, punishable by up to 30 days in jail and a 20,000 peso fine if the person decides to file a complaint. So, and they might do that. Rike has a lot of friends. So that's, I think that's it. Now we're going to go on to my computer update. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my, let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can get this to go on here. All right. I'm having a lot of trouble with my, I can't get it on my screen, my big screen. I can't get my channel. Okay, private jet charter to Australia, 8 watching. Okay, and let me just knock this sound down to 0. All right. Oh, we do have comments. Oh my God! Look, we have the Bruce Davis in the house. Wow, that's pretty cool. Hey, Bruce. Warren has a question for you. If you want to get in touch with him privately, he has a pretty serious question for you. Warren's coming as a salami sandwich. So, Bruce, thank you very much. Salamat. I would also pose the same question, but I personally don't wish to contact with you. But if you would make arrangements to talk to Warren, I would appreciate that, Bruce. I don't really have the time. And it's something that's interesting to me and Warren, and maybe you can help Warren out with that. Hi, no money, no honey. Oh my God, we have people from other parts of the world here today. Welcome to the machine. No money, no honey. We have. It looks like we've transferred. The guests have been transferred from one Philippines vlogging community to another. Thank you for stopping by. No money, no honey. Bruce, let me get a little. You know, I can only bang the pot a little bit for you, Bruce, because as you know, we have the spatula it's a little broken, the spatula, but don't worry about it really, because what's going to happen with the spatula is, I think on Sunday I'm going to do a spatula fund to buy a new spatula. Not today, because my tax roll is as high as I can go. I have a maximum amount of tax that I want to pay each week, and this week's taxes have already exceeded. I try not to exceed $150 per week, because then that raises my taxes so high I can't calculate them. So we've exceeded that for this week, and I don't want any more super chat. But Sunday's a new week now. Don't forget, Sunday's a new day, a new super chat, new tax, the beginning of another wonderful week of taxing in the Philippines, baby. Bruce, I'm going to get the pot just for you. All right? The big pot. The big pot. The big pot. I'll give you the little pot too, but we give Bruce a double. One, because he's not on the other channel that he was so famous for being on, and the second for the super chat. So we give Bruce a little Black Pots Matter for being on the Hoodwinked by an Angel show. Yeah, baby. And then now the Black Pots Matter is just going to be small because I have a lot of stuff to talk about. So Bruce Davis, salamat. Black pots matter, baby. They do. Thank you very much, Bruce. Smile for the camera. Smile. Bruce Davis, very famous man from another time, another place, and in fact, we only have a little bit of spatula left, as you know, but what we're going to do is we're going to give Bruce a few parsecs of that spatula. Let's go. We'll give him the opposite side. Hopefully the spatula doesn't break today. So because of the money Bruce Davis gave us, Bruce Davis is here. He's not over there. Yeah. Thanks, Bruce. All right, so let's get on with the show. Warren says, I'm coming as a salami and cheese salesman. Yeah, baby. So what we have going here today is, it looks like Google forgot to send out my notifications. It looks like that's what happened. Bruce, okay, so Warren sent you his personal email. Oh, okay, Warren, okay, that was the word I forgot. When, if you are trying to contact a neighbor or a friend of Rike, for example, or anyone else, and you are sending emails to those people and insinuating that a crime occurred, or that Rike has done something wrong, or anyone else, that's called unjustification. Now, if the person decides to file a charge against you, it's a jailable offense. So if you've sent emails to anybody that Rike knows, asking one of Rike's friends for any piece of personal information, or claiming that Rike is a certain thing, that whether or not he is, it's a crime to do so. That's unjust vexation. And as far as people believing that emails are privileged information, that's not true. Emails can be used as public information when part of a criminal or crime. Okay, so if you use the servers for Google or Yahoo and you send an email with some sort of criminal libel or slander in it, you can be charged if it can go back to your email address. And in addition to that, I'll just tell you, a friend of mine, he was my friend when we were 18, but he actually got caught when, I guess this was going back into like 1974. He got caught. He bought a boat. He bought the boat, and then he sold the boat privately for the motors or whatever he used for. I don't remember the story. So then he claimed that the boat was stolen. And for that crime, he could have went to jail for like, I don't know if he could have went to jail for that. But being that he put the papers through the insurance company and used the United States Post Office, he went to jail for 7 years for using a government agency as part of a criminal something. I don't remember what it was that he did, but he did go to jail. He went to jail for 7 years for using the mail to deliver the fraudulent insurance claim. So anyway, emails are private up until the point where they involve a criminal accusation or a criminal statement, or if the person that receives the email decides to, say that I'm being harassed, that's a crime. So you should be aware before you send any before you send any emails to any of Rike's friends or anybody else for that matter. You should be aware that if they're friends or associates or somebody that knows him, if they want to go through the trouble of signing a piece of paper saying that I'm being harassed, that's a crime. That's actually a crime, and it's punishable by jail. A short period in jail, but nonetheless. Now, Warren says that asking people for information about people and then publishing that information is also a crime. Now, Warren brings up a very good point, because that happened recently. So, yeah, you are not allowed to publish a person's personal address, especially if you do it in a malicious fashion without that person's permission. That's a crime. That's definitely a crime. So the Hapsters are here. Do I see the love, Mrs. Hapster? We'll move on. Bruce Davis and the Hapsters know each other. That's nice. And the Hapsters, I agree with you, Warren H. When you collect information about someone, Mrs. Hapster. One thing I like about Mrs. Hapster is, I like a lot of things about Mrs. Hapster, but she's smart. She's a lot. She sits there in the kitchen cutting up the pineapple and the papayas and stuff like that, but she has a very large understanding of many different topics. So the Hapster said, or Mr. Hapster, I agree with you, Warren. When you collect information about someone and you use it against them, etc., that's true. So that's enough said. That Mrs. Hapster understands what Warren said and agrees with Warren. So now Mrs. Hapster is here. John Escape is in the house. Welcome. Mrs. Hapster, now if you want to know about Hawaii, if you're interested in moving to Hawaii, if you want to know what to do when you get to Hawaii, Mrs. Hapster has a channel. Mr. and Mrs. Hapster have a channel that gives you a pretty good overview of Hawaii and or the island that they live on, the foods and the type of beaches and the type of flora and fauna and fish, and also the public parks on the island that they live on. So if you're interested in Hawaii, or you want to just watch an actual Filipina and an American do pretty cool vlogs where they walk on trails and they walk along the beach, and sometimes they just stream the weather from their balcony, Mrs. Hapster has a residence in Hawaii. They live there. Also, the malls in Hawaii, I would suggest that you contact or at least subscribe to Mrs. Hapster's channel and look at their content. And she does actual vlogs of the markets where they sell food, on breakfasts, different types of vegetables, what's available. We call it gulay in the Philippines. It's called vegetables in America. But the different gulay or vegetables, and then the prices, of baked goods or sandwiches, which I found to be, in my personal opinion, $13 for 2 eggs and 2 little sausages, little teeny sausages, and 2 pieces of toast. I thought that was a little bit high, but that's what Mrs. Hapster shows you on her videos. The prices if you're going to go out for breakfast. And that was in a styrofoam takeout container. That was not sitting down in a restaurant. And most of the meals I saw that Mrs. Hapster reviewed started at about, they do this stupid thing with the numbers. It's $9.99. So they started at $10, the average breakfast or lunch. And it went up for steak and eggs for breakfast. And I don't know how much steak you had for breakfast or how many eggs, but I know that it was $17.95, which is $18, and it didn't say it included coffee. Not that I could see on the menu. So if you wanted to go out and look at having like a steak and eggs breakfast for 2, I'm not sure if it included coffee. Let's just say it did. It would cost you about $20. 18 and 18 is 36, and 20% of that, it cost you about $45 to have breakfast with your girlfriend. And if you had an orange juice or something like that, now those I know they're $3.50 to $4 for a glass of orange juice. So if both of you had a glass of orange juice with steak and eggs for breakfast, it's $50 for 2 eggs, a couple of slices of like flank steak, I think it was, and $50. $50, I could eat my average meal in the Philippines, and if I have pork or if I have chicken, my average meal costs less than $1. That's everything. That's the electric, the oil, seasoning, the meat, and the bihon. I bought a canton yesterday, but about $1. I would say each meal costs roughly $1, $1.20, and that's a good healthy meal. No, I don't eat potato chips. I like potato chips. I really like potato chips a lot, but I looked at the price of potato chips in the Philippines yesterday to give you an idea. A 6-ounce bag of Lay's potato chips was 320 pesos. That's $6.40. So potato chips are now $1.06 per ounce. A 6-ounce bag of Lay's potato chips was 320 pesos, or $6.40. And that was in the supermarket. If you go to Alona Beach, it's more. So, Mrs. Hopster, we did try to give you a nice shout out because you have a great channel. So, John Escape, welcome to the machine, John Escape. John Escape, if you want to know about horses now, John Escape has been in the horse, I'm not sure what that's called, trade his entire life. His dad brought him into the business of training horses and race horses and thoroughbreds and stuff like that. So if you want to know about Hawaii, you go to Mrs. Hopster's channel. If you want to know about horses, I don't know if John Escape would take the time to talk to you, but he knows about breeding, sales, transportation of horses from one part of America to the other. And now with all of these different procedures, he probably could even help you with the information on what, if any, changes in medical papers that you need for the horses. So welcome to the machine, John Escape. I did get your email. I have not responded to any emails. I went to the NBI yesterday. What did I do yesterday? I have my, what is called a TIN number, tax identification number, and that expires this week, or next week it expires, but it doesn't matter. And I had to get a different number for file the taxes, which are going to be under self-employed for the YouTube taxes. But also it helps when you go to the tax office, if you have an NBI security clearance, which I do. Well, and I've had that last June 24th, but that expired this week on the 24th, because you need to get that before you can get a tax number. So one expired on the 24th, and I went there yesterday. There's no late fee. They give you a 10-day grace period on that. And I paid 190 pesos for the application to reinstate my NBI clearance. So that's just under $4. And then, well, I guess I could tell you what you need. If you have a previous NBI clearance that's still valid, you bring the NBI clearance that you have in your hand and your passport, and they open up your page on the computer and they show you the page with your information. And if your address and phone number and that kind of information needs to be changed or it's correct, then you change it. And then they send you into the office. That's 190 pesos to renew your NBI work visa clearance, work clearance paperwork. Now, if you don't have an NBI clearance and you need one, and I need one to import goods to the Philippines, equipment from China or Pakistan or wherever I decide to buy the equipment from, I have to go online. If you need an NBI clearance, here's what you need to bring. Oh my God, I see super chat, multiple chats. I can't see without my glasses on that little screen, but we're going. And there's the rainbow. It's a freaking rainbow. It happened right before my eyes. It's a rainbow, flashing colors on the screen. I see blue, I see green and orange too. They love me, they don't love you. That's the truth. It's a rainbow, flashing colors on the screen. I see blue, I see green. I like the machine. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the machine. Welcome to the machine. Welcome to the machine. Welcome to my machine. So talking about my machine, I read an interesting article that was associated with an interesting video about 2 o'clock in the morning last night. It was about people who imitate your caricature or your character. Like, for instance, on occasion, I'll go, I, like that. Or, but. People that imitate you, this is what it said. It said that people that imitate the way you talk, the way you walk, they are jealous. That's what it said. It was an hour of describing the habits of people that imitate other people. Now, you could follow in the footsteps of your grandfather and imitate things that he enjoyed doing, like playing golf. That means you love your grandfather, but there's a difference between love and jealousy. And the fact that you loved your grandfather, you imitate your grandfather. But when somebody that imitates you in a sarcastic or negative connotation, that means they are jealous of the person they are imitating, because they know deep down in their blackened hearts they could never achieve the greatness or the greatness that they believe the other person has achieved in life. So if you imitate your grandfather and you play golf or cut the lawn on a regular basis, you love your grandfather. But if you were to copy Michael Fazio's gestures, like I, or but, it means that you know that Michael Fazio is a much more greater individual than you, and you copy that and as a form of intimidation and or slander, because you are jealous of Michael Fazio's achievements. I'm just saying. I mean, that's what it said in a 1 hour that I watched. And basically, it also went into the other aspects of imitation, where a person will imitate you and claim that it's his original idea, because they know that they can't create anything. So they take your idea and make it look like it's their idea, which is like a compounded jealousy of the person whose idea they are stealing, which is not really stealing, but whose idea. In other words, they are striving to be more like Mike. That's right, baby. And as far as rainbows are concerned, that's one thing that apparently those other people have trouble duplicating. It's a rainbow, flashing colors on my screen. I see blue, I see green, I see yellow, and I see orange too. That's a rainbow, not copied or intimidated by other channels or imitated. Imitation is the highest form of flattery, according to the YouTube video I watched last night at 2 o'clock in the morning. Imitation. I'll see flattery everywhere. I don't care. You're going nowhere with your imitation. No one believes that you are me. You will see. I am me, and you, you're you. That's too bad for you, baby. I am me, and you are you. Too bad for you. That's good for me. Ha, 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 ha. And oh my God, Bruce Davis is busting wild here, breaking wild. He ought to, remember that show, Super Chat's Gone Wild, where they had the airplane and the beautiful girls, they kept giving the guy super chats? Look at this. Look at Bruce Davis over here. Bruce Davis is hitting us hard here, banging out the dollars, and cents. Look at this. Bruce Davis for 99. Bruce Davis before for 99. John Escape for $1.99. John Escape again, hitting him hard, doubles up John Escape. Warren sees colors on the screen. It's a rainbow. John Escape hits me hard with a big nickel. John Escape, no abuse, please, just scamming. Love it. We don't abuse anybody, we just scam them. And I got a scam coming up that's just going to rock your world. John Escape again. John Escape is making up for the fact that he hasn't been around for a few weeks. Let's add some color to the screen, says Warren. And there is Bruce Davis, who started it all off with a big 99-cent super chat. And I gave Bruce a dose of Black Pots Matter, and I banged the pot because Bruce is my number one convert for the month of June and July. My number one convert. Salamat, Bruce. It's a rainbow. Warren hits me with an orange, and John with a blue, John with a green, John with a blue, orange with an orange with a Warren H. John Escape, and Bruce Davis ends it, starts and finalizes the sequence of it's a rainbow, flashing colors on my screen. There are blues and there are greens. Now let me tell you about the latest scam, the biggest and so far to date, the best scam that I have done so far. Now, I'm not lying about this. So Warren is coming to the Philippines. They're going to build a hotel. That's a fact. What day he gets here, that's immaterial. The room is rented. The room is rented until January 30th. So that's not a problem. Then what I discussed with Warren is that it's going to take him, I told him I'd get his groceries for him and stuff like that. You know, it's his daily, staples to give me a list of what he wants. And then I gave Warren a list of a couple of things he could bring from Australia. So we're talking real now, okay? So what I did say to Warren is, because we're going to be doing a lot of shopping for different things, but most of that stuff is going to be for the materials for the hotel. So this is it, baby. Here it comes. Sit down, mofos. Sit down. If you thought the bell tower for the Church of Christians Plus, or the extra bells I was going to buy, or the helicopter pad on the top of the hotel, if you thought I was scamming then, whoa, wait till you hear what I did to Warren yesterday. Shh, don't tell him. Okay, let me get back to the comments. So Warren and we were talking about buying tile, and I said to Warren, it would probably be good if you just gave me a credit card hooked up to your bank account with my name on it. So, done. We got him good. It's the Fedora, a credit card with my name on it. Imagine that. Thank you, Warren. Thanks. I figured that would give you a good laugh. Oh yeah, that is going to be that. And but Warren told me that the credit card has a maximum of $20,000 a day when used in the Philippines. So go easy on the card. That's what he said. Swear to God. He said the credit card has a maximum of 20,000 a day. And that's not including Super Chat or anything like that, because what we decided to do with the Super Chat is Warren wants to get my name on that bridge that Michael Fazio built. So he's going to just keep Super Chatting me till I get enough tax to get a placard on one of the bridges they're building in the Philippines. So things are going good. Things are going good. Salamat.